Course, we all know that Dorothy wants to go home, and she goes on the yellow.
Must be the season of the where'd I go?
Why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome back to Witch Week. I'm Random Ross, and we're on day 3 now of our Witch Week reviews, and today I am reviewing The Wizard of Oz. Yes, this is based on the book The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum, and it is directed by Victor Fleming, starring Judy Garland, Frank Morgan, Ray Bolger, Bert Lahr, Jack Haley, Billie Burke, Margret Hamilton, Charley Grapewin, Pat Walshe, and Clara Blandick. So, this is a 1939 fantasy musical, and I bet you're thinking, hang on, this isn't horror. No, it's not horror, but it does have witches in, and that's the whole point of this week. It's all witches. As long as it's got an evil, wicked witch in there, I'm considering it for this week. So, of course, you know the classic tale. Dorothy lives in Kansas. She wants to know what's over the other side of the rainbow. A twister comes, lifts her house, takes it to the wonderful land of Oz, the OZ, the outer zone, on the other side of the rainbow. And then the film goes from black and white to technicolored. And for 1939, that probably was a huge deal back then, because it was only less than 10 years since sound came into films, and just to have colour. I mean, I think before that, the biggest technicolored movie before was 1938's The Adventures of Robin Hood with Errol Flynn. But this one, it's the Wizard of Oz, and of course, we all know that Dorothy wants to go home, and she goes on the yellow brick road to find the Wizard of Oz. And of course, the Wicked Witch of the West is out for her because she's just got it in for her. And of course, she meets the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Lion, who want a brain, a heart, and courage. And then they get to the Emerald City, and Oz the Great and Powerful requests the Wicked Witch of the West's broom. Anyway, you know how the film is, so I'm going to get right to my likes. I used to love this as a kid, and it was a childhood favourite of mine. I think the effects for its time still hold up to this day, and it's done good enough to still be talked about today, even though the cast members and everyone nearly involved with this movie did not have a wonderful time filming. For them, the whole production was a nightmare. They were all treated like crap. The guy who was the Tin Man had an allergic reaction to his makeup, and it did health damage to him for the rest of his life. Judy Garland was treated like crap. The only person who actually looked out for her was Margret Hamilton, who played the Wicked Witch of the West. But yeah, despite how bad people were having a bad time people were having making this film, it was a flop. When this film came out, it flopped massively, and it only gained popularity later on in years and became a cult hit. And now it's considered one of the best musicals and fantasy films ever. So let's get to my likes. I've told you my likes, but of course, I got to talk about Margret Hamilton as the Wicked Witch of the West. Her makeup in this, for me, this symbolised witches for me for a long time, where I would think witches are green and have pointy noses. But yeah, the makeup was pretty good on her, and how she played the Wicked Witch. Actually, as a kid, I remember watching this and being creeped out by it. You know, finding it scary, particularly the flying monkeys sequence. Yeah, I found quite unsettling. But now I look at it and think, yeah, this is not too bad. It's not too scary, but it's a good, you know, a good film. And yeah, hats off to the whole production team and everything that went into this movie. Of course, Margret Hamilton, she did one take where she disappeared in a ball of flames in the Munchkin village, and that was perfect, but they wanted a second take, and that second take she burnt her leg and wouldn't do stunts anymore for the rest of the film, so she had stunt doubles, which I kind of understand, and if it's perfect, why do it again? Anyway, yeah, The Wizard of Oz, you know, with it, you know, it's not a horror, but it has its dark horror scary moments, including that infamous scene where there's a munchkin hanging himself, but it turns out it was just an emu. You know, the studio let animals from a zoo that they rented out, and yeah, that's what it's now recognised as. But yeah, there was Glenda as well, the Good Witch of the North. But of course, you know, I think one of the biggest show stealers in that was the Wicked Witch of the West. So, yeah, her demise though, I'm thinking, wow, is that it? Is that all that is to kill her? Just water on her, and then she melts? Anyways, The Wizard of Oz, I'm gonna give this, I'll give it 3.5 broomsticks out of 5. I mean, it's not horror, but it's still a witch movie, in my opinion, so there you go. So, have you seen this one? Let me know down in the comments below if you have. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and to share with your friends. And you can watch Witch Week so far, whenever. So, yeah, it's all on my channel, so until next time, don't have nightmares.